Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to start talking about the biomes of the earth, and you could also call it the habitats of the earth. Can you think of the different environments in which plants and animals live in? What type of environment do you live in? Do you live in a forest, a desert, the ocean, a forest? Students will investigate the diversity of organisms and exploring diverse environments. They will infer animals or plants indigenous to an environment, given pictures or diagrams of the organisms, and a description of the environment. What is a biome? Scientists have developed the term biome to describe areas on the earth with similar climate, plants, and animals. The plants and animals that live in a specific biome are physically well adapted for that area. Plants and animals that live in a specific biome share similar characteristics with other plants and animals in that biome around the world. The types of biomes that will be explored include the tundra, deserts, grasslands, forests, and rainforests. Now, all over the world, we have different biomes. Now, boys and girls, with this PowerPoint, you can click on the biome that you would like to investigate. Let's try the desert. Now, as you can see the different types of animals here, the sidewinder, Gila monster. The location of the desert include North and South America, Africa, the Middle East, Australia, and Asia. It's very hot and dry, but at nighttime, it can be as cold as 40 and 50 degrees. What type of plants will you find in the desert? Cactus, small bushes, short grass. Animals in this biome must adapt to intense heat and lack of water. Now here, boys and girls, you can see an example of more desert plants and animals. You have the wren, the thorny devil, the hairy old man cactus, different types of cactus here, and a vulture. All right, the next one is called the grassland. Grasslands are located on every continent except for Antarctica. Grasslands are big open spaces. There are not many bushes in the grassland. Trees are found only by rivers and streams. What type of plants do they have? The prairie clover, oats, wheat, barley, coneflower. They have many types of grazing animals such as zebras. The animals live in herds for their protection. Here are some other animals that are found in the grasslands. Here you have the prairie dog, the giraffe, wheatgrass, coneflower, the hyena, the rainforest. The rainforest is located near the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. South America, Asia, the Pacific Islands, Australia, New Zealand, and Africa. There are two types of rainforest, tropical and temperate. Plants include vines, palm trees, orchids, and ferns. Most plants compete for sunlight and nutrients due to their dense population. The majority of common house plants come from the rainforest. You have many different types of animals such as snakes, birds, parrots, chimpanzees, orchids, banana trees, bamboo, the flying dragon. The tundra. It's located in regions south of the ice caps in the Arctic, in North America, Europe, and Siberia. It's the coldest biome and covers 1/5 of the Earth's surface. What type of plants will you find there? Mosses, grasses, shrubs. Almost no trees due to the short growing season. Most animals have very thick fur here. This is the musk ox that's enjoying munching on grass, leaves, moss. They have very dense fur that protects them from the cold and rain. Where would you find this animal? It's in northern Canada and Greenland. In which biome do you think they live? The grasslands, the tundra, or the temperate forest? Please put your answers in the chat box, or you may email a Google Doc to me. Where do you think they live, boys and girls? Yes, the tundra. All right, here is the hawk owl, which feeds on mice, squirrels, and other small mammals. They build their nests in a hollow top of a coniferous tree, or in an abandoned nest or a woodpecker hole. It can be found in Canada, the extreme northern USA, northern Asia, and Scandinavia. Which biome does a hawk owl live? The tundra or the temperate forest or the taiga? All right, boys and girls, how do you think the tundra, the temperate forest, the taiga? All right, boys and girls. I know that's not right. That's it. That must be it. There's an error, boys and girls, on this PowerPoint. Now, boys and girls, we're going to watch some short videos about different biomes of the earth or different habitats of the earth. We're going to begin with the desert.
Yeah, it's cold in the desert. Come on. A biome is a region characterized by a certain climate, plant, and animal life. Deserts are one of those biomes, right? They cover a third of the earth and they're known for being dry. Why? Because they exist in a location where evaporation is greater than precipitation. They can be hot, over 100 degrees. But in the Antarctic, there's a desert where you'll freeze. See, deserts are made when the air becomes dry, and 4 different factors could be the reason why. 1. Latitude, about 30 degrees from the equator, your chances of seeing a desert become greater. 2. Ocean currents that are cold, those are typically found on the continent's west coast. 3. Rain shadow, missing out on the rain that only falls on one side of a mountain range. We have a desert like that out in Cali, one of the hottest spots on earth, Death Valley. 4. Central location on a continent, further from the ocean, the drier it'll probably get. Deserts, they cover a third of the earth, and they're increasing in size. And they're so dry, it takes a special type of plant or animal to survive. Okay? Deserts, they cover a third of the earth, and they're increasing in size. And they're so dry, it takes a special type of plant or animal to survive. Now to call such a dry biome home, desert plants and animals evolved to survive on their own. Developing ways to obtain and hold water. Cacti, they can do that like no other. With sprawling roots that grow shallow in the ground, so they can soak up all the water that's around. And they can store the water in their rubbery stems, and since they don't have leaves, all the water stays in. Plus another part of their design, to keep animals away, they have sharp spines. Now it's so hot, most animals rest during the day, but at night when it cools down, they come out to play. Like kangaroo rats, they live in underground dens where it's cool, so they don't sweat, just chill with their friends. And this Texas horn lizard, on their backs they have scales, channels in between to hold water like a pail. Or the sand grouse flies around in the desert sun, but uses its feathers to soak up water like a sponge. All of these creatures found ways to live in the desert where there's not a lot of water to give. And as climate change progresses and the temperatures rise, deserts are heating up and increasing in size and taking over farmland. Desertification. One day we may have to make our own adaptation. Deserts, they cover a third of the earth, and they're increasing in size. And they're so dry, it takes a special type of plant or animal to survive. Okay? Deserts, they cover a third of the earth, and they're increasing in size. And they're so dry, it takes a special type of plant or animal to survive. In the desert.
Now, boys and girls, we're going to cover some very important vocabulary words as they relate to the desert. Adaptation, a change over time in a plant, animal, or other organism that makes it better fit for its environment and better able to survive. Biome, a region of the earth characterized by similar ecosystems, including climate, geographical features, and plant and animal life. Climate, the usual weather of a certain area. Continent, one of the 7 large areas of land on the earth. Current, the flowing movement of water on air in a certain direction. Desert, an area of hot, dry land with few plants. The equator, the imaginary line around the earth that is the same distance from the North and South poles. Evaporation, the act or process of turning from liquid to vapor or gas. Latitude, the distance north or south of the equator. And finally, precipitation, water that falls from the sky to the ground as rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Now, boys and girls, we're going to look at some key vocabulary words as they relate to the ocean. An ecosystem is a group of all organisms and their environment. The ocean, one of the 5 large bodies of salt water that cover much of the Earth's surface. Photosynthesis, the process that green plants use to turn water and carbon dioxide into food using energy from sunlight. Predator, an animal that eats other animals, the opposite of prey.
Oceans cover most of the world and still we don't even know about it all. The oceans cover most of the world and still we don't even know about it all. The oceans are so diverse, millions of different life forms on Earth. There's much to explore, so much to care for. We need each other and you need to know. The ocean is part of the aquatic biome. Now I might live on land, but this whole planet's my home. Take a look around, oceans cover most of the earth, 70% to be exact. In fact, there are millions of species in the blue of the map around the globe. The ocean has three main zones: the euphotic, the bathyal, and abyssal. Now listen, let's explain the conditions. The euphotic is the uppermost layer of water. 80% of sea organisms live there. You oughta know it gets enough sunlight for plants to undergo photosynthesis, making their food on their own. These plants and all the tiny organisms are called plankton. They become food for fish and sharks, sea turtles, and other animals. They each serve a purpose in their world. The euphotic zone is made up of many different ecosystems, aka communities of living organisms, kind of like your neighborhood or city, yeah, they're not that different, except these ecosystems include coral reefs, mangroves, and kelp forests. There's a couple more zones, let's get to exploring. There's a whole world that we're no longer ignoring. The oceans cover most of the world and still we don't even know about it all. The oceans cover most of the world and still we don't even know about it all. The oceans are so diverse, millions of different life forms on Earth. There's much to explore, so much to care for. We need each other and you need to know. The bathyal zone in the water is the middle layer. It gets little to no light, plants can't live there. But yeah, you'll find some animals in that zone. Octopuses, sea sponges, and whales call it home. They survive on food that falls from the surface of the water, like plankton and sea snow. Now you know, the abyssal zone is the bottom layer. It's the largest zone, and it's icy cold, very dark. It's a place humans don't belong, cause the pressure of the zone could crush our bones. Oh no, no, no. You see animals in the bathyal and abyssal have special adaptations that allow them to live that deep in the ocean. Many have bodies that are thin and dark to hide from predators before the trouble starts. Some have large eyes to see, but since the water is dark, some have no eyes at all. But some are lucky and have light built in. It's called bioluminescence. Look at anglerfish, they got this on their own. You ain't gotta assist. There's a lot that we still don't know about the ocean. We've only seen 5% of it over the years. Humans are taking too much from it, now we gotta give back by taking care of it, keep it intact. The oceans cover most of the world and still we don't even know about it all. The oceans cover most of the world and still we don't even know about it all. The oceans are so diverse, millions of different life forms on Earth. There's much to explore, so much to care for. We need each other and you need to know.
Land Habitats by Alan Walker. Habitats, the natural homes of plants and animals. Different kinds of animals live in different kinds of habitats.
Land.
Different kinds of animals live in different kinds of habitats. A toucan in a rainforest habitat. A polar bear in an Arctic habitat. Owls, raccoons, and deer live in forest habitats. Owl. They find shelter in the trees and plants. Raccoon. Deer. They find food and water in forests. Scorpions, rattlesnakes, and rabbits live in desert habitats. Scorpion. They find shelter in burrows and under rocks. Rattlesnake. Deserts are dry, but many desert animals get water from cactuses. Desert cottontail rabbit. Sometimes habitats are changed by people. We cut down forests and build in deserts. When this happens, animals lose their habitats. Glossary. Build. Build. To build is to make something by putting parts together. Burrows. Burrows. Burrows are tunnels or holes that animals such as rabbits use for shelter. Cactuses. Cactus is. Cactuses are plants with thick trunks and spikes. They grow in hot, dry areas. Desert. Desert. A desert is a dry area that gets very little rain. Forest. Forest. A forest is a large area thickly covered with trees. Shelter. Shelter. Shelter is a place where an animal can live and hide from bad weather or danger.
By Christian Lopez. What is a habitat? An animal's habitat is its home. A habitat contains all the things an animal needs to survive. Animals need food, water, and shelter to survive. Animals depend on other animals, plants, and their environment to live. This is called an ecosystem. Desert habitats. Many different animals make their habitats in the desert. A desert is a dry region with extreme temperatures and very little rain. Who lives here? Rattlesnakes hide in rocky crevices to stay cool. These are known as snake dens. Cactus wrens make their nests inside cactuses. The prickly cactus spines protect the nest from predators. Cactuses store water in their stems. Many desert animals rely on cactuses for their water supply. Desert plants and animals must adapt to a harsh environment. Scorpions have adapted to living in hot deserts by being nocturnal. Deserts usually get less than 10 inches of rain per year. Arctic habitats. Not all deserts are hot. The Arctic is a cold, icy desert. It is located around the North Pole. Who lives here? Polar bears hunt and eat seals. Female polar bears make dens in the snow to give birth to cubs. Beluga whales live in the Arctic Ocean. They can survive the ocean's freezing temperatures because they have a thick layer of blubber. Arctic plants and animals must adapt to a harsh environment. In winter, the Arctic fox has white fur that blends in with the snow. In summer, it sheds its white coat for brown fur. This allows it to stay camouflaged as the snow melts. Woodland habitats. Woodland habitats are filled with trees and plants. Trees and plants can provide food and shelter. Who lives here? Squirrels build nests in the woodland trees. They eat nuts, fruit, and seeds. Raccoons make their dens in hollow trees or brush piles. Great horned owls hunt many different animals, including raccoons and squirrels. Many animals use trees and plants to hide from predators. Young deer are called fawns. Their white spots help them blend in with the woodland plants. Rainforest habitats. Tropical rainforests are warm and wet. Thousands of different kinds of plants and animals live in rainforests. Who lives here? Poison dart frogs come in many different colors. Their bright colors warn other rainforest predators to stay away. Toucans nest in tree holes. They use their large, colorful beaks to reach fruit. Golden lion tamarins are as small as squirrels. They live in the subcanopy of the rainforest. They eat lizards, fruit, insects, and birds. Many rainforest animals lose their habitats because of deforestation. Blue morpho butterflies are one of the animal species becoming endangered because of deforestation. Freshwater habitats. Most of the earth is covered in water, but only 1% of it is freshwater. Freshwater habitats include ponds, lakes, rivers, and streams. Who lives here? Bluegills live in ponds, lakes, and slow-moving streams. Male bluegills build nests for the female bluegill's eggs. Freshwater turtles climb onto rocks or logs to warm themselves in the sun. Egrets nest in trees near water and gather in groups called colonies. They eat fish, frogs, mice, and other small animals. Some freshwater habitats are harmed by pollution. Frogs and toads cannot live in polluted places. Healthy frogs indicate a healthy habitat. Ocean habitats. About 70% of Earth's surface is covered in ocean water. Ocean water is salty. Who lives here? The killer whale, also known as the orca, lives in every ocean around the world, but is most common in Arctic and Antarctic waters. The octopus is recognized by its 8 tentacles. They can change the color of their skin to blend in with their habitats. Stingrays are fish. They prefer shallow, nearshore waters in warm parts of the world. They spend most of their time lying partially buried on the ocean floor, hiding from predators. Coral reefs are warm, shallow ocean habitats. Many ocean animals make their home in a coral reef. Seahorses use their tails to anchor themselves to seagrasses and coral. What did you learn? A habitat. What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn?
Well, hello, boys and girls. I want you to go to join.nearpod.com and you're going to type in this code JYLUM. And when you sign in, boys and girls, you're also going to type a nickname, and you should see this on your screen. We're going to talk about another biome or habitat of the earth, which is called a rainforest. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the new vocabulary term, rainforest. Use the new vocabulary term correctly in a sentence. Let's learn a new word. Rainforest. This is our big word of the day. Sound it out. Rainforest. Now let's spell it. Give me an R. R. Give me an A. A. Give me an I. I. Give me an N. N. Give me an F. F. Give me an O. O. Give me an R. R. Give me an E. E. Give me an S. S. Give me a T. T. What does that spell? Rainforest. What does that spell? Rainforest. Let's learn what it means.
It's time for another big word of the day. Rainforest. A dense tropical forest with tall trees and high rainfall. Can you use rainforest in a sentence?
Lots of animals live in the rainforest.
And plants too.
Yeah.
Now, boys and girls, let's take a quiz. A rainforest has A, tall trees, B, high rainfall, C, both tall trees and high rainfall. Please choose your answer. After you finish, you will see a rectangular box in the bottom right-hand corner. You will see a blue box that says submit. Please click that button. Try to write the word you've just learned. Have fun using colors and drawing in the space provided. And at the bottom, boys and girls, left-hand side, you will see your marker and pencil and eraser. Boys and girls, I always have such a challenge writing on the computer. I hope your word turns out better than mine. All right, make sure you click submit. There it is, boys and girls. Now, I hope your word is much better than mine, boys and girls. Big Word Club Review. Rainforests. A rainforest is a dense tropical forest with tall trees and high rainfall. Can you remember from the video what the word rainforest means? Now use the word rainforest in a sentence. The rainforest is a biome of the earth. Now let's see how we feel. How do you feel about the word that you just learned? Choose the color that best represents how you feel. A, red. B, yellow. C, green. When you're finished, click the blue submit button. And when you answered, you will see your answer on the screen. See? Well, hello, boys and girls. I want you to join me at www.kahoot.it. Put in your game pin, 942618. Type an appropriate nickname and press enter. I'll give you a few more minutes to log in. The trees form a canopy in this biome. Is your answer taiga, tundra, deciduous forest, or rainforest? All right, our next question. A cool forest biome with evergreen trees. Rainforest, desert, taiga, tundra. And the answer, boys and girls, was taiga. I'm not going to answer all of them because I'm not going to give away the answer. This biome supports more organisms than any other place on Earth. Taiga, desert, tundra, rainforest. It is the rainforest. A biome where grasses are the main plant life. Grasslands, desert, tundra, rainforest. Grasslands is the correct answer. If you're getting them correct, give me a thumbs up. This biome is south of the tundra. The tundra, the taiga, grasslands, or the rainforest. Number 6. This biome is hot and humid and near the equator. The rainforest, the taiga, deciduous forest, or the desert? The ground is frozen all year in this biome. The taiga, the tundra, the desert, the rainforest. Is the tundra. Number 8. There are camels in this biome. Rainforest, tundra, desert, taiga. It is the desert. Number 9. A deciduous tree has cones, loses its leaves, is an evergreen, dies each year. Loses its leaves. Number 10. In Africa, you will see zebras in this biome. Deciduous forests, grasslands, tundra, rainforests. Grasslands is the correct answer. Number 11. Most of the animals in this biome are nocturnal because of the heat. Grasslands, desert, rainforest, taiga. It is the desert. Number 12. Prairies in America are this kind of biome. Taiga, tundra, grassland, rainforest. It will be the grassland. Number 13. Polar bears live in this biome. The tundra, the taiga, the desert, or the rainforest. The tundra. Number 14. A biome with 4 distinct seasons. The taiga, the rainforest, deciduous forest, or the desert. It is the deciduous forest. This biome is often used for growing crops. The taiga, the grasslands, deserts, or deciduous forests. Boys and girls, it's the grasslands. Boys and girls, did you get all of them correct? Give me a thumbs up. How many you got correct in the chat?